What's the absolute best?
Hello and good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining up this morning. I know the market is all over the place today. We kind of gapped down a little bit. Now we're starting to move up as the market opened on the SPY. But nonetheless, though, the market is doing quite well. We just had that bell come in around 1 minute ago. So far, so good on the movement. I'll take this green any day of the week. I will say, though, my watch list is very split. So that is a negative thing to see with it being so split, with just like how it is. But you know, it's not that bad. I will say the watch list is still pretty good, and we do have a lot of tech stocks now starting to climb back up. And some of the sectors popping here this morning is the semiconductor sector. AMD and Nvidia are just straight up exploding this morning. And Nvidia was actually my free day trade. If we moved up above 132.50, I had it as a good breakout, and we're all the way up now to 133.62. So take advantage of those free day trades in the Discord. I'm sure there's some Nvidia options right now that are doing fantastically well, but figured I'd mention that because that is a very nice move out of the semiconductors. Yeah, that is it's a very strong open. I can't believe how nice this is for Nvidia. This makes me pretty confident in the market today. It looks like SPY is definitely starting to come up here with more momentum. Apple, Microsoft, I mean, let's go, guys. So far, so good at open. It could always turn around on us, but so far, so good. And leading my watch list up is actually Fubo, F-U-B-O, interestingly enough. And then we have Coinbase up around the top along with Snapchat. Wow, we're seeing some big breakouts here. Plug is moving, but it's not necessarily breaking out like how Snap is. I mean, Snap, look at the past 3 days. This thing has just been continually making new highs. It's actually been amazing, but wow, that is huge, actually. Wow, big jumps there, but go Snapchat, go. It's trying. It's trying to go for us. Wow. Nvidia still going. 134.50 now, up another dollar from when I just mentioned it just a second ago. But yeah, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Keisha, George, Jamie, Xbox, Bill, and Mike Chang. Xbox says, how has the pre-market looked today? You know, the pre-market was pretty rough, I'll say. In my opinion, I thought it was pretty rough. We saw a lot of stocks starting to fall off a little bit. A lot of them were really just consolidating down there, but now that we're opening up, a lot of those stocks that were consolidating are now actually looking quite well. If I go look at like Meta, ooh, that is one that's falling off today, actually. I'm gonna find a better example here. Maybe Square. Yeah, kind of like Square. So see how Square in the morning, it was kind of dipping back down a little bit. Nothing crazy, but definitely dipping down. Looking like we might have a bit of a downtrend. But once the market opened here, we saw some buying come right back into the market. So amazing there. And let me know what stocks you guys want to check out. Keisha says, there goes that break in Etsy I was looking for. ETSY. Very nice. Double top there, Keisha. Breaking out above 113.40. Looks like it's actually having a very explosive move up, which is nice for Etsy. Let's see that. Oh, is this the level? Have you been waiting for like a big breakout above this recent resistance? Wow, that resistance at like 114, Keisha, was pretty big back in the middle of September there. Pretty good to see us coming up and breaking out there. Xbox says, can you check Intel? Sure thing, I'll check it out for you. It's actually falling back off a little bit today, unfortunately. It's definitely not doing what AMD and Nvidia are doing. That is for sure. Let's look at it, though, on a 5-minute chart so you can see it a little bit better. This is Intel's chart today. This is AMD's chart today. So stark contrast there. Poor Intel just does not have any hype anymore, and they need something to help them out. I used to own shares of Intel, but obviously I had to let it go because the stock just kept falling too much. Now I'll eventually get back in, but we'll have to see. Alberto says, I think there's a bunch of members talking today behind closed doors. They are probably taking wagers to see who has the biggest reaction in the markets. LOL. Yeah, you're probably right, Alberto. I would not be surprised, actually. Are they meeting, though? Let's go see if it says that on the calendar. Yeah, they are. There's a lot. We have Evans speaking, Cook, and then Waller. So, yeah, we definitely have some pretty big speakers coming out today. That's for sure. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to have some more speakers. But honestly, the big thing's going to be those non-farm payrolls and then the unemployment data. That'll be huge for the market tomorrow. Could be amazing. Xbox says, isn't now a good entry point for Intel? Yeah, I would say so, Xbox. It's getting to that time where it's a really good point. Keep in mind, I own Intel at like $50. So wait, was it 50? Let me find out. No, I owned it at like 46 or 48. Maybe it was 50 actually. But I owned Intel somewhere between like 46 and $50. I ended up cutting it at like 36 or like 35. And then it just kept going lower and lower and lower. So, you know, I cut and I could buy lower right now. I don't know. You know, I see Intel and I see how good they are as a company with their valuation. But then at the same time, I see stocks like AMD, which actually which actually can have some nice movement every once in a while, whereas Intel has just been like literally straight down. So I don't know. It's just because the main thing is Xbox is that I just don't I'm not the biggest fan of Intel. Now I like Intel a lot. Like I said, I think that they do very well with their numbers, obviously. Whenever you look at their valuation and their revenue and everything like that, they stack up pretty well when you compare them to most companies. But you know, the main thing is though is I need that solid movement out of the market, and Intel just has not been doing that for us. But if you're looking to buy shares, I think it's a great time to grab some shares down here of Intel. Like I said, I was in a different situation because of my price being so high, and I've traded Intel a few times back whenever Intel was in this big range here. When it bounced off of $44, I traded it 2 times to the upside here and made quite a bit on both uptrends there. But then I bought it a 3rd time somewhere around here and kind of got screwed on it. So stuff happens, you know, it's the market. But still doing well on Intel overall, I'd say. I'll try to pronounce your name, but I don't want to get it too wrong. Sraram says Pinterest is up over 5%. Pins, Pinterest. Or Saram. Yeah, Pinterest here. Breaking out up above $26. Actually, looking like a pretty good stock. Pretty good moves here. Not going to lie. I like that breakout of 26. That's a pretty big level there. Starting to get some solid movement up above that. So, yeah, very nice there. Take that. Take it. Let's go back to NVIDIA real quick. It's still going, guys. 135.30. Just continues to break out. Just continues to break out. Yeah, Xbox, I do that too. I do that too. It's just like, you know, the past few years, I get wanting to buy Intel because the numbers are really good. Xbox, to me though, NVIDIA is the king. You know, like NVIDIA is the king of these semiconductor stocks. You can't beat NVIDIA as far as those semiconductors go. They're just so future proof with how their GPUs run AI and how they're coming out with all these AI capabilities and all this stuff. doing a lot of self-driving stuff, of course, and they're going to be huge for the future. Nvidia is already huge, but this stock should still do very, very well over the next few years or so. And they're at 135, and the recent high was at 345. So on this dip, I'd rather buy this than buy Intel myself. Intel, though, I still like I say. It's just that, whenever you look at hype and you look at everything going on, it really changes when you compare AMD and Nvidia to Intel. Like, there's just no hype with Intel at all. It's insane. Like, people just, I don't get it, but people just hate on it. And that can be negative for the stock. It really can. It definitely can be bad. But, that doesn't mean Intel's bad, though. Like I'm saying, it's not bad. It's just, when I compare Intel to these other stocks, it's just a stark contrast. Come on, Intel. Let's get up there, though. I still want to see good movement. Xbox says it's almost like Coca-Cola versus Pepsi in a way, isn't it? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, pretty much. It just depends on which one you really like. Now, I will say the thing with Nvidia that gives them that boost is that AI capability. That's why I think they have a little bit of an edge up on the other stocks. But yeah, AMD and Intel are like, yeah, Coke versus Pepsi. It's just pick your poison. Intel's Pepsi because it has a blue logo, and AMD's Coke because they have red in their logo. Although, not this logo, but, if you Google AMD and you look at images, you usually see a lot of red. Yeah, like this. Yeah, see, like, right there. Pepsi versus Coke. Perfect. That's funny. Yeah, look at that. Red versus blue. Just like the politics, They did that on purpose. No, I'm joking. But yeah, still AMD's exploding today too. Nice. AMD, Nvidia, Intel's trying to get up there, almost breaking back out. Still looks pretty nice. Alberto says, I like the uptrend on the daily RSI on AM's. Oh man, excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Had a cough there, but yeah, Alberto says, I like the daily trend on AMC from 926 and on. So 926 and on. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So ever since that one big down red day, I see what you're saying, and yeah, there has been a pretty nice support forming there. Pretty good. Definitely pretty good support forming. Hey, Jacob Than says, did you ever go to college? What degree? Or if so, what degree? Yeah, I went to college, but the issue is that whenever I got into college, we started stocked up like right at the same time. So it was pretty funny, but yeah, I pretty much started college. I actually started college in high school, which is funny. So I started college in high school when I was like 17, 18 years old. I was actually going to a community college by me for half the day rather than going to high school because, I could get the college credits and, work towards my degree or whatever at the time. And I ended up actually getting a business management certificate while I was still in high school. So that was kind of cool. So I had to take a bunch of classes for that, like bookkeeping and so bookkeeping, what else was there? A whole bunch of stuff. Like literally it was just called like business management 1, business management 2, bookkeeping, business ethics, I think there was. There was like a whole bunch of different classes like that. So I did that in high school, got that certificate, and then after high school, I went to college for like a year and a half to 2 years. Didn't go full time really, just kind of going halftime, and alls I took was just economics classes. I took macroeconomics, microeconomics. I took something about like the world economy or something like that. And then I took like some like a world religions class. They started to have me take some really weird classes though, obviously to finish like a degree, and then we were starting stocked up. So I had the choice of either going back to college and taking all these like science classes and stuff like that, or and also I would still have to take like liberal arts and all this stuff, or I could just focus on stocked up. So I just chose stocked up, but I did get a business management uh certificate, I guess, if that counts as a degree, but I don't think I'd count that as anything personally. You could probably do that in, a year taking online classes at home, but yeah, we started stocked up like right as I was in the middle of taking classes, so kind of had to quit to focus on this, but sometimes I still think about, maybe going back, or sometimes maybe doing some online classes to finish at least the bachelor's degree, because all I need is just like a science class and like one more math class, I think, and then the my bachelor's degree is done. But or is it associates? I don't even know anymore what they all have, but whatever the 2-year one is. My issue was in college, and something that I hated about college personally, that I think they need to fix with college, because it's just terrible. It's just like high school, they make you take bullshit classes that's never gonna help you with whatever field you're in. It's never gonna help. Like, why do I need to take like liberal arts to get a bachelor's degree in economics? Like, that just sounds terrible to me. Or to work towards like an MBA or something like that. It's just like what? So I don't know. That's where I kind of see college, and I'm like, oh man. But Xbox says what they have is student loan debt for you. LOL. Yeah, I know, right? More student loan debt. You need to stay for 2 more years, take all these bullshit classes, and pay us 20 grand a year. That's what they said. I actually got to go to college for free because I got some scholarships in high school that kind of paid for a lot of the college, which was good. So that was helpful. Like I said, I was also going to college in high school. So look at SPY today. It ran up. It's just bouncing like up right around resistance, just sitting there. What about you though, Jacob Than? Are you going to college for anything? Here's the college I went to, by the way. I'll show you. So I was going to Jefferson College for 2 years to get that 2-year degree. And then after you get the degree at this college, I was going to switch over to either St. Louis University or University of Missouri St. Louis, which would have been the bigger school. But this was a school where it was associated to a bigger college, and you start out at this school and then you switch over to the other one once you get into like the more advanced classes and stuff. But Xbox says, I remember Red versus Blue with Halo. Pretty funny if you haven't checked it out. That is actually hilarious, Xbox. I know exactly what you're talking about here. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about on Halo with this. Let me check this out. Wow. Look, I've actually watched these. Oh no, I haven't. I have before, just not here. Red versus blue. This stuff is funny. This used to be my favorite thing in the world right here, this video.
I love it. We've all had. I'll come up there, man. My brother got me the job, too. My brother.
Halo used to be so good back in the day. I used to play Halo quite a bit. I still like the new Halo that came out. I think it's pretty damn cool. It's just nobody else played it, but I liked it myself. Jacob Than says, freshman right now and would love to become a stock trader, of course, but need a job to supplement that dream. Yeah, I feel you there, Jacob. I definitely feel you. I know what you mean with that. You got to get some capital together and, you know, get that money going. But, yeah, freshman, I'm not saying that college is bad necessarily. It's just one of those things that, you know, they make you take so much bullshit classes and stuff. Like, and I'll also say this, you know, here's what I'll also say. If your parents are going to pay for it and stuff, you know, you might as well go. You know, you really might as well go. But if you can't go to like a super good college and you can't pay for anything like worth its name or anything like that, then I think that college is not as good. But yeah, if you're going into debt for it by a lot, then I really don't agree with it. Only in some circumstances. It just depends on what type of job you go for. My issue that I've seen is that everybody I know who's been in college, they never do anything with it. I don't know about you guys, but very few people I've seen that go actually end up using their degree for something that they're looking at, which is interesting. But what are you going for, Jacob? Hopefully you're going for something cool. Or something interesting, at least. Come on, DraftKings. It's right up there around that high of day. Maybe going to run up and break $17 for us, hopefully. Hopefully she keeps moving nice. Same thing with SPY. Xbox says, I was watching it in high school. I'm grad year 08. Wow, that is hilarious. Xbox. I was watching that back when I was in diapers playing RuneScape. That's funny. Used to love that red versus blue stuff, though. I remember there was like a thing with like a Halo like Burger King song or something like that. Keep trying to find that, but now I can't find it. Wow, guys, Nvidia had another big candle to the upside just now on the 1 minute chart. So check it out. Another possible run up today, but yeah, another big break for good old Nvidia there. That's amazing. There we go. There we go. That's awesome. Let's see how that dollar looks today. DXY. Wow, the US dollar's blasting back up today. Huh. Wow, past 2 days, the dollar's been moving back to the upside. Wow, yeah. I think the dollar's having like a bit of like a dead cat bounce back to the upside here, guys. Definitely is very explosive today. I mean, wow. Big jump back up. Same thing with the 10-year yield, too. TNX is... Woo. Woo-wee, that thing's on fire. Wow. That sucks, guys. How's Oxy and Zom, though? Let's see those babies. There we go. Oxy kept going. Boom. Oxy, let's go. Let's go. That's actually amazing, guys. Wow. Let's go. Huge move out of Oxy. That's amazing, guys. And OPEC just kept having that good news. Wow. Zom kept going too. Zom, Oxy, CVX, they're all running. Big morning for oil stocks. Vat Sal. Hey, Sal, how are you doing this morning? Says, Tom, where do I check dividend percent for a stock on TD Ameritrade? Also, can you check ZIM and see what their div percent is at? Is that normal? So on Thinkorswim, I have it on a separate monitor right now, but let me go over to it real quick. Go to Analyze. Go to Fundamentals. Type in a... So what was your ticker? So you're going to want to go at the top of your screen. You're going to want to go to Analyze and then go to Fundamentals. And under Fundamentals, you'll just type in the stock, Sal. So you'll just type in ZIM. I'll do it real quick. I'll show you an easier way though. So you just type in ZIM under that Fundamentals tab, and then it'll show you everything down there with your dividend. It'll show you the dividends per share and all of that stuff by the numbers. You can switch it up to quarterly, or you can do annually if you want to as well. But here's what I like to do for it, because there's just so many numbers on Thinkorswim's fundamental chart. What I would do if I were you, I would just simply go to finviz.com, like I am on my screen here. Finviz.com. Just type in ZIM. And you just scroll down a little bit, and it's right here. Dividend percent. What? 108%. Whoa, I see what you're talking about now. Now my numbers were off, I thought, on Thinkorswim, but it literally is 108%. Wow. Can't believe I'm even saying that right. I've never seen a stock with that high of a dividend ever. ZIM. What? No, this is not normal. It's not normal. And it's not good, probably. It's probably not a good thing. A lot of stocks that pay high dividends pay them usually to try to entice investors. I've seen that happen a lot with stocks, where stocks aren't doing the best, but then they pay a super high dividend just so investors are, feeling good about buying some shares in it. Yeah, it says ZIM is an Israel-based company that operates a fleet and network of shipping lines offering cargo transportation services on all major global trade routes. So it's a shipping company out of Israel. So, very interesting. ZIM, though, guys. I find that very interesting. Ha! Sal says, put that in tonight's video, LOL. I might. We might just have to. That is pretty insane. I cannot believe that this thing is 108%. Like, geez. I've never heard of that. In my like 8 years of being in the market, I've never seen a stock pay 100% dividend yields. Now, here's what we can do. We can screen some stocks by their dividend yield. Let's see. Let's see. These are companies that pay over 10% of dividends. Let me see if I can switch this up here. I need to get some... I forgot how to switch this data here. Hang on. There is some way. Let's see. I'm just trying to switch this bottom area here. Maybe I have to log in. Nope. Edit screens. Here we go. Oh, you got to log in. That's what it is. Okay. But these are all the stocks above 10%. You can go on FinViz and try to filter some of these out if you want to, but these are all of them with over 10%. I'm trying to find them at 100. Too bad I don't have Elite. That would be funny. I should be able to get this right here. Here we go. There we go. Dividend percent. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see the highest. Oh, wow. Look at this one. Look at SSSS. SSSS pays out 168%, guys. 168%. And then second is ZIM paying out 108%. Dang, guys. I mean, that is just insane. Wow. Xbox says March 22nd, they paid out a $17 dividend. Damn, that would have been awesome to receive. LOL. I know, right? It would almost make up for your whole position. It's like, geez. If you get paid that dividend out for 2 months, it could be amazing. Now, one issue I have with the dividend is that, you know, the issue I have with the dividend is that it's going to be something that changes probably pretty often. You know, you'll probably see it start to change that dividend percent quite a bit over the years. Let's see if it says dividend growth anywhere here. Should have dividend growth somewhere, I think. Okay, well, they don't have it right here. I think you can add it in here, though, if you guys want to. But, wow, that is insane. 100%. That is something else. I cannot believe I'm seeing that. But, yeah, nonetheless, that's pretty crazy for Zim, guys. ZIM, if you want to check it out. It's probably a pretty risky stock, I'd say. But, I mean, yeah, you guys can make that decision for yourself, though, if you want. It seems like it's right on support, and if the shippers start popping back up, it might not be a bad one to have that dividend with, but I don't know. That's pretty scary, though. Wow. Do they pay their dividend yearly or quarterly? Or let's go back to that daily chart real quick. Yeah, nice. It's a quarterly dividend, too. That's insane, guys. But yeah, hopefully hopefully they keep doing well and they keep paying it. The issue is that they can change it. That's the issue with it. Jacob says he's on track for actuarial science. Huh. That sounds interesting. But there are always some classes that make you question if you want to. I know, right? That's how I am. Xbox says he's not old, he swears. Yes, you are, Xbox. If you graduated in 08, that's going to put you at like, you're like 30-something years old, Xbox. No, you're not old. I'm just joking. Of course. If you're old, then Cornish must be grandpa. Saram says market's coming down. Uh-oh. Oh, man, it is. There's the SPY. Let's see that 1 minute chart. Oh, dang. Oh no, we're getting that rejection. Back off to the downside now. Not good, not good. Let's see those chip stocks again. Nvidia, AMD. Oh man, brutal sell-off back down. Wow. TTWO kept going though. There we go. TTWO with the gap up. For all my gamers out there, TTWO makes Grand Theft Auto. This is a pretty cool thing to see. Talking about games, do I have any RuneScape fans in here? Hopefully you guys like some RuneScape stuff. George says, here we go tanking. Master meme stock spy. Hell yeah. It is a meme stock, isn't it? Wow, I feel like this short-term uptrend is like now over for the week. Maybe we can start to fly back up next week though. I will say though, you know, like overall this week, we're still up quite a bit from where we opened up Monday. I mean, look at where we were. We were at 357 Monday. Now we're at 374. SPY's definitely coming down a little bit, but we're still holding up pretty good. Definitely holding up okay. Cornish goes, holy S, I'm class of 2000. You youngsters straighten up. Oh man, Sean. Man, you must have, wow. Sean, you were in high school back whenever you had the cool car scene back in the day. You were going to school back when that first Fast and Furious came out. Were you racing all those Hondas and like Toyota Preludes and all that stuff? Oh, that's funny. Sean must have had Sean drove a Honda Accord with a fart cannon coming off of it. I could see it. Jacob Than says Tesla puts bought at 244. Tesla puts bought at 244. Wow, nice. That's a really nice pickup there, Jacob Than. Give JT some W's in the chat, guys. That was a huge pickup on Tesla JT had right off of resistance. So really nice play. That should be awesome there. Oh my gosh, I was right. Sean says Y2K, and yeah, I had a Honda Civic. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Sean, did you put a spoiler on your Honda Civic? Oh man. 1995 modified Civic. Oh man. Here's Sean's car. Sean, I found it. Oh man, this is cool. Oh, Sean. Oh, I love the look. I love the look of these cars. Those old cars are so cool looking. Yeah, Keisha, give him those W's. That's awesome. Jacob Than had some nice puts there. That's actually a really good pickup on Tesla there, right at resistance. So can't go wrong there, JT. Wow. Yeah, Keisha says, I dare not say what class I'm in. Oh, man. Wow, Keisha. I don't know what it is, but yeah, dare not say. Man. I know my mom graduated in like 19, I can't even say, like 70 something probably. I don't know. Probably like 1976 or something. Sean Corner says, yeah, no spoiler, but I had a white 95 Civic and was the fastest pizza delivery driver west of the Mississippi. That is so good, Sean. With Sean, was that back whenever they used to have those like rules where like if you didn't get the pizza there on time, the company would have to like pay for it? I remember, I think I saw like an episode of Friends or something where somebody got a job delivering pizzas like that, and man, that was a funny episode. You guys haven't seen that. Wow, Bill W says class of 75. Nice, Bill. That's like around my mom's class. 75 though. Wow. Nice, Bill. Keisha goes 76. Okay, I don't feel so old then. I'm class of 96. Woot woot. Oh man, Keisha, you had me scared for a minute. I thought you were gonna say something like you were from class of like the 80s or something. That's funny. Oh, Bill says 1875. Oh, that's funny. Oh man, you guys got me cracking up about this morning. Wow. Dang, that SPY is still flying down though. Hey, that's a true statement there, Jacob. You know it's a good community when people of all ages can communicate. That is true there. You know, I normally see in a lot of groups now, it's normally just a lot of young whippersnappers, as you guys would say. But yeah, stream's going well this morning, guys. If you guys are liking it, smash that like button. It's been a pretty good morning. Hopefully we can get some of these numbers up here, but yeah, so far so good. The market's been all over the place though, I'll say. Stream's been good, market's been whack. Wow, lots of stocks are selling back off. Especially growth plays, cruise lines, airlines. Stocks like that are really falling off. Here's DraftKings, CCL. Wow, CCL is really falling, guys. It's breaking back below the big support here at $7.20. That's not good. That's actually a huge support there, guys. Hopefully this holds up on CCL because this chart is not looking too good here. Of course, though, we fly up at open and then fake out, right? Asana. I don't know if you guys have seen or not, but man, the plays in Discord lately have been on fire. Yesterday, both plays popped for huge amounts yesterday. That was actually really, really good. And then the day before that, man, we had both plays pop up 100%. Or no, that was yesterday. Both plays popped up 100% yesterday. Plus, so the bonus setup alert actually ran up 120%. And then the hybrid bot was up 115% yesterday. But just because it's good yesterday, though, doesn't mean to go all in today. So always be a little bit careful if you are playing the bot and the bonus setups. Don't go all in, of course, just because a couple plays have popped. But still, I mean, it's been amazing the past couple of weeks. We've had some pretty fire plays coming through there. Yeah, Cornish says stocked up is awesome. Hell yeah, let's go, guys. Let's go. Seren says TSLQ is the inverse of Tesla. Doing well. TSLQ, nice. Yeah, Tesla Bear Daily ETF. Wow, look at it on that daily chart. You're right, it has been doing well. Very, very well, actually. Insanely well. I know Mike actually is pretty bearish on Tesla. I am actually pretty bearish on Tesla as well. I could see them also falling off. And whenever I look at Tesla on a daily chart, like this daily chart is getting scary. We have like a bit of like a head and shoulders pattern going on for all my technical traders out there. The daily looks pretty rough. Can't lie about that. Yeah, TSLQ though, that thing's doing very well, Surin. Very, very well, but yeah, I appreciate you guys joining up today. I really do. It's been a pretty good morning so far. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. And you know, like I keep saying, we're switching up the YouTube videos at night as well. We're going over a lot more amazing intraday setups and stuff like that. So check out the YouTube videos at night. I think you guys will really like it. And you know, like I said before, any comments help on the videos, and watching the videos all the way through might help even more than the comments. But yeah, we'd appreciate it. You know, we're trying to do a lot more setups and stuff like that, a lot more good plays here. Let's actually go over some of the stocks we talked about yesterday. I have them all written down here. So I went over Oxy myself, which ended up being a great play this morning. I thought that could have been a good play up above that high of day from yesterday, and it could have made for a pretty good scalp this morning. That one would be doing quite well. I also talked a lot about Visa, which is kind of falling back off. Unfortunately, we didn't get the breakout I was hoping for, so we might have to wait a couple days for Visa. Ford had a good move, though. It just didn't break that level from pre-market yesterday, up around 1260. It just got rejected right there, so it didn't have any good moves. And Mike talked about Square, Enphase, and DUK, which is an energy company. And I think that DUK or Duke Energy could end up being really good here sometime shortly, because it's getting very overextended to the downside. So keep your eyes on that one. That could be a pretty good one, I think. But my favorite one that I mentioned was Visa. You look at that daily chart of Visa, and it's been really rocketing back up. If the market keeps coming up, Visa should do pretty well. But obviously the big news yesterday was all the OPEC news that went on. And with them deciding to do these production cuts, it is pretty insane. And I know I talked a lot yesterday about the reasons that these cuts are happening. And, you know, the big thing is that these oil companies, they want more money. And these countries that produce oil, they also want to make more money. So, of course, they want the oil prices up. Plus, it probably helps them politically because, I don't know. I mean, I don't know exactly what Biden's doing with Middle Eastern countries lately, but I know Trump was selling jets to like the UAE and all this stuff. So I don't know what Biden's policies are towards the Middle East, but I know that the Middle Eastern countries seem not to care as much anymore. So they want that money, you know. I'm sure Russia wants that money too, because, you know, they've been getting hit with tariffs and all that stuff. I'm sure they want the price to move up in a big way. So I know Russia doesn't care what we want. Pretty crazy, though. Crude oil and Oxy seem like still pretty decent plays, though, I will say. Compared to most stocks today, the oil plays are still doing quite well. Even though they are pulling back, they're holding up in the green, which is nice to see at least. Gordon says, I've had 3 stocked up picks over 50% this week, 2 others over 20%. Yeah, it's been amazing, Sean. I mean, it really has. There's been some amazing plays, amazing setups that we've been doing, and man, these stocks are seriously, they're getting volatile, and we are taking advantage, guys. It's ending up to be well, I should say, I don't want to say it's ending up. It's starting to become an amazing October. September, obviously stocks were falling off. It was becoming a little bit scary in the market, you know, but so far October's been tremendously green. But there's a link in the chat for stat modeling if you guys are interested. It is really good. Then you get access to the private community too, and I know a lot of people like the private community so much that they just stick with that. So it's pretty good though. Plays have been popping. It's been a really nice month. SPY. We've been playing things up, playing things down. See how the banks are looking today. JP Morgan falling off to the downside again. Not good there. Bank of America. Yeah, the banks are just sitting like right on that support from yesterday. Not really breaking below it too much. Snapchat looks pretty good, up 2.6%. Not bad there. PayPal is pretty decent too. Holding up very strong. WYNN, Win. There we go. Win still holding up. So even though the SPY's coming down, we are seeing some select sectors and stocks doing well. CHWI or Chewy has been killing it the past few days. And even this morning again, Chewy kept going. But it did slow down a lot now. I'll give it that. It did slow down. Go see PENN, Penn Gaming. Yeah, nothing crazy. Might have to play some plays to the downside here today, guys, unfortunately. Like I talked about, maybe the cruise line's down. Might not be a bad way to play here. It's a pretty bad move, actually. Same thing with airlines. AAL kind of double topped up here. It's not what you want to see in the short term, that's for sure. But yeah, if you guys have any last minute stocks or anything like that you want me to cover, just throw them in the chat and we can check those out there. Jacob Than says the S&P heat map is not looking good. Yeah, it really isn't. Look at that. Looking terrible. What's this? What's green here? Oh, Take-Two Interactive. Nice, nice. That one's green. Costco's green. Pretty nice. Let's go see Costco. Nice. Costco. Let's go. Let's go. That's awesome. Costco and the retailers are holding up. Let's take that. Let's see that daily chart maybe. Wow. Glad to see some sectors doing well at least, right? Glad to see this movement. Not bad. It's not necessarily amazing, but it's pretty good. Saram says, can you check out MU? Thank you. Let's see. MU. Sure thing. Yeah, Micron falling off to the downside, down 2.3%. Yeah, unfortunately, this one got rejected off of yesterday's resistance. Pretty close to 55. Man, that's a pretty bad rejection there. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Yeah, that is not what you want to see there at all. Yeah, poor MU is probably going to come down in the short term here. We might have a day or two of red, but hopefully this uptrend can continue. You know, we might come down and retest 50 bucks even. We might try to retest the low a little bit before moving up more. I wouldn't expect the stock to just start going straight up. Usually stocks like to have a lot of movement before flying up. So we'll have to see. It's probably going to get very volatile here the next few days. But yeah, I could probably see MU coming back down just a little bit. Although I will say intraday today, if this ends up being the low, it could be a pretty good, maybe quick scalp up for a call. But yeah, I'm kind of leaning down here today, unfortunately. Leaning to the downside. That Sal says Pinterest, P-I-N-S. Nice, 3.65%. Yeah, they had a really nice move. They just, now they're falling back off. I think I need to add Pinterest to my watch list again. There we go. Man, Pinterest. I know you could do better than this. Let's see what CNBC has for some nice news today. Maybe we'll check out what they're talking about real quick. Yeah, here, let's see what they're saying really quick, and then I'll come right back in just a minute. I'll get a quick drink.
Earl, great to have you on the show, and that's exactly where I want to start with you, especially in light of the CarMax commentary last week about macro factors, vehicle affordability, rising interest rates, low consumer confidence. Are these issues that you're starting to see manifest within your business?
Well, we're seeing more headwinds in the used car business, but what's been driving our record profits the last year or two has been new vehicle margins and double-digit service growth. So we're still pretty much intact on the way we've been traveling. But it is a fact that the used car segment is more impacted by high interest rates, consumer confidence, and things like that. So we have to make some adjustments in our used car business to take into account these factors.
But new cars don't seem to be, they seem to be holding up those prices is what you're telling me. Is there a point at which higher interest rates would begin to dent that demand, or is the math a little different than, say, used cars?
Well, the big issue now is the order bank we have. So I'm sitting in the UK today where we announced at the end of the second quarter, we have a new vehicle order bank of 17,000 units, and we sell about 7,000 units a quarter. So you can kind of get a feel for that. Same in the US. We have a pretty large new vehicle order bank. But sure, extended periods of high interest rates are not good for the automotive business. That's a fact.
Are you seeing more $1,000 a month car payments? Is that becoming more common?
Yeah, for sure. Now, bear in mind that what the manufacturers are making and what our order bank consists of, particularly in the U.S., are big trucks, SUVs, luxury brand vehicles. And so these are very expensive vehicles. And yes, these car payments are higher than they've ever been, but we're into our third year now of recession level new vehicle
Wow,
supply.
guys, that sounds insane.
So there's still a pretty big cushion.
Can't believe that. $1,000 a month car payments. They're seeing a huge uptick in like larger payments, which makes sense, I guess, with interest rates up and just prices being so high. But man, $1,000 a month. I mean, I get it. You know, I understand maybe like a, you know, for example, a car that's like $50,000 or like 60 grand. That's going to be something like, you know, $1,000 a month at least. So I understand it's nothing crazy as far as price goes, but $1,000 a month car payment, that sounds pretty insane. Pretty insane, not gonna lie. I have my Mustang and that payment is like 600 and something, so I feel how people could easily get to 1,000, but dude, Sean, I am not lying to you. I have talked to Mike about us possibly being in a car bubble. I'm not joking. I really think that there's something that will eventually give with that stuff, Sean, because you know what makes me really think about the whole bubble, obviously like 2008. Like what was the main issue, right? Like, you know, what was the main issue going on in '08? You know, the main issue, obviously, there was a lot of stuff, okay? So I don't want to get overly technical or get into like an argument about '08 or anything like that. But what I will say, Sean, is that whenever you think about the 2008 financial crisis, what really caused a lot of that? And a lot of it happened because, you know, you gave out subprime loans, and a lot of the borrowers, like, you know, obviously subprime, they shouldn't have been able to get a lot of the loans that they were getting. And it got to the point where it was just like, God damn, like what's going to happen here? And I feel like the same thing is happening with cars. I really do. I think it's insane. People are paying as much for cars as you could pay for a $250,000 house payment or something like that. You know, it's insane. It's insane. And the car bubble has been, ever since COVID, it just exploded. And I really feel like at some point here, a lot of these people who are going out and buying Hellcats and all these vehicles and stuff are going to eventually get bit in the ass for it. Especially if the jobs market goes into upheaval, like people are saying it might with them raising rates and everything. So pretty insane. But I've actually talked to that about Mike a lot, Sean. And I've contemplated that we might eventually have a bit of a car loan disaster or a car loan crash or whatever you want to call it. You know, my question is the market starting to fly down now? We're starting to see inflation finally take its toll. In 2 years, like, what are they going to call this crisis? You know, like, what are they going to call it? It was called the 2008 financial crisis. You have the 2000 dot-com bubble. What are they going to call this one? The inflation crisis. I don't know. Something like that, but Seren says shop is being shorted heavily. SHOP, not proportionate to the market. Very interesting. Where are you getting those numbers at, though? Is this being shorted with like some unusual options activity, or are you seeing shorts across like the actual stock? Or yeah, just let me know, because Shopify looks pretty nuts here. Hopefully it holds down here at the bottom, then we can start to pop back up. Cornish says, I have 2 cars, paid cash for each. Yeah, that's actually really smart, Cornish. You know, that can be smart or not smart. You know, it's tough to say. It's either smart or it's not smart. And the only reason I say it might not be smart to pay cash for cars is because, the only reason it might not be smart is because, well, what if you wanted to invest that money, you know? I'll be honest, like, whenever I bought my old Mercedes, I bought that for all cash, and then whenever I bought the Mustang, I took some of the Mercedes money, put it down on the Mustang, and then kept the rest to invest and, you know, use the money for different things and stuff like that. So I get what you're saying, Sean. It's definitely smart, but at the same time, you could also say it's not smart. But whenever you calculate interest and all that stuff in, then obviously it's way smarter. But, you know, imagine if some stocks go up a couple times over your 5-year loan, well, then maybe it'll pay off. But it's kind of weird, right? I guess it just depends on which route or which strategy you're going at. Like me, I took that money and put it back in the market. Corner says, I just need to get from point A to point B. I don't need a screen or anything, so I got 2 lower value cars. Yeah, I feel you there, Sean. I 100% know what you're saying there, too. I know what you're saying. I'm pretty lucky, Sean, so I got lucky enough that as soon as I got out of high school, my grandfather actually, like, my family owns a hydraulic business, and my grandfather, so like whenever my dad was a kid, like whenever he turned 18, my grandpa bought him a 1987 Mustang. So it was funny. He got him a Mustang. So whenever I turned 18, he told me I could get a car. So I actually got a 2018 Ford Focus ST. So I use that Ford Focus ST as the daily driver, and then I just have the Mustang, you know, as like a cool like weekend car. But yeah, Sean says I don't need to crab walk. Pay $100K for that Jeep, Sean. Get that crab walking Jeep for $100 grand. I saw something yesterday, Sean, where somebody bought that electric Hummer and he pulled out onto the street after buying it and then immediately got stuck in the middle of the highway right after picking it up or something. I was like, no way, that sounds terrible, but oh, I couldn't imagine that. But yeah, I got kind of lucky with my grandfather getting me that Focus. Says I don't need to crab walk. That's funny. No crab walk for Sean, but hey, I appreciate you guys joining up. Thank you, Sean, Seren, Keisha, of course, Jacob Than, Xbox, Bill W, Vat Sal, George, Saram, Alberto, Jamie. I appreciate everybody, seriously. As always, I love you guys being here. Thanks for talking in the chat. You really keep me going here every single morning. And, you know, as always, if you want to help us out, check out that nightly video tonight. We've been switching them up, going over a lot more day trades and plays and stuff like that. They don't always explode, but, you know, we go over that nitty-gritty price action, and I know a lot of people like to see that. So thank you guys for joining up here. Have a great rest of your day, and of course, if you need anything, I will always be in the Discord, but have a good day.